Hi everyone, welcome to today's session. Today we are going to talk about how to enhance your application using Power BI embedded analytics. My name is Moria and I'm the Reactor Program Manager based in Tel Aviv. For those of you who are new to the Reactor, so the Reactors are where technology professionals connect and learn. We focus on empowering individuals to dive deeper into personal and professional technological interests, and we provide programming for developers who wants to advance in desirable high-tech fields such as data science, AI, and machine learning. Before we start, I wanted to let you know that the session today will be recorded and the recording will be available to you within a few days on our YouTube channel. I'm going to share the link with you in the chat box soon. We also encourage you to ask questions during this session, so please do feel free to use the Q&A box on your screen, and we will take the time to answer your questions at the end of the presentation. Lastly, it is a great opportunity for you to share your feedback with us on our online events. So Amit he will share a link with you at the end of his presentation for a survey, and I'm also going to post it in the chat box. And we appreciate if you can dedicate a minute or two of your time to complete the survey. So I'm going to pass it on to Amit Shuster now, and he's going to kick off today's session. So Amit, over to you.
Thank you, Moria. And hello, everyone, and welcome to Enhance Your Application with Power BI Embedded Analytics.
Amit, I think you're on mute. So.
Okay. So let's do it again. Okay. So thank you, Moria. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay. So welcome to Enhance Your Application with Power BI Embedded Analytics. My name is Amit Shuster. I'm a product manager for Power BI Embedded at Microsoft. Yeah, someone is muting me, so.
That wasn't me. I'm not sure what happened, but I think we heard you until the agenda part, so you can continue from here.
Okay, let's try now. So I'm going to give you an introduction to Power BI. We're going to talk about embedded analytics in general, whether you should build it or buy it. Then we're going to talk about Power BI embedded analytics, and we will finish with licensing and pricing. Yeah. Okay. So what is Power BI Embedded? Power BI Embedded is a business analytics solution that lets you analyze and visualize your data. And afterward, you can share your insights across your organization. You can embed it in your application or website. And basically, you get the data from the cloud or on-prem data. This data gets to Power BI, where you can get all the set of features that we offer, including real-time dashboards, interactive and paginated reports. We also support natural language query, where you can just type your question and you get the insights. We support custom visuals, where developers can build their own visualization, and we're a part of the Microsoft stack of products. We have integration with Microsoft Teams, Office 365, and Dynamics 365. You can consume your data by web. You can also consume it on your mobile. You can continue the data analysis on Excel, and you can also embed it in your application to get data in context. So let's look at the Power BI product family. So we have the tools for offers, which are the Power BI Desktop and Power BI Report Builder. These are free data analysis and report offering tools that you can download, and you can start connecting your data. Just import an Excel file, for example, and then start building your visualization on it. For share and collaboration, we have the Power BI service, where you can share your analytics and insights with your colleagues. And for large-scale deployments, we have the Power BI Premium, where you can buy a capacity that will increase your performance. We also have the Power BI Report Server, which is used to share and collaborate for on-prem. And the app dev, which is the Power BI Embedded, which we'll be focusing in this session, where you can get the visual analytics embedded in your application. So let's start with a quick demo on Power BI Desktop, Service, and Embedded. So what you can see now, this is a Power BI Desktop. This is a report that I have here called Sales and Marketing. You can see here all the visualization on the side and all the fields. These are part of the of the model. These are the tables that I have here for my data, and all these visualizations are built on this data. What I can do here on Power BI Desktop, I can edit my report, and when I finish editing it, I can publish this report to the Power BI service. So I'll go here, I'll go to publish. Yeah, so now it will ask me where do I want to publish it. I'll publish it to Power BI. And now I should get, here I'm going to choose which workspace on Power BI I'm going to choose. So I'm just going to upload it to the Reactor demo, which is a workspace that I opened this morning. And now we're publishing the sales and marketing PBIX to the Power BI service. So when this will be done, I will be able to go to the Power BI service, which I will show you right now. Yeah, so this is the Power BI service. This is the Reactor demo, and as soon as the publishing will finish, sorry about that, my internet is a little bit slow today. You will see here the report artifact. After we will get the report here, we can also take this report and embed it inside a web application. What I'm going to show you now is the Power BI Embedded Playground, which is a tool for demoing for Power BI Embedded, where you can see all the features and capabilities that we offer. So what I can do here, I just selected a sample report, and I will choose to embed this report in view mode. Here I have the code, the JavaScript code is going to run. We'll talk about this more in the rest of the session, but when I'll click run, this will execute the code here, and the Power BI report will start loading here at the bottom. You will see now that it is the same report that I had before in the Power BI desktop, and let's also refresh the Power BI service, as it should already be here too. So now we're looking at Power BI service. Yeah, my report is not here yet. But if I'll go back to the playground, this is our sample environment. So you can also go here later and try it by yourself. And here we're using just our sample data, which is different from the report that I just uploaded, but you can see the same report that we saw before embedded inside an application, where I still get all the features of Power BI embedded. So if I want to filter the data, I can change the data time and only show the data between January and June. So this was a short demo. Let's go back to the presentation. So let's talk about embedded analytics in general and whether you should build it or buy it. So as you all know, business run on application, and this application gives the users the information they need to do their job. However, statistics show us that fewer than 22% of employees have access to analytical insights, which gives them the option to make decisions based on facts and not opinions. And this number might make sense, as in order to get analytics inside your application, it can be complex. You need to connect to data, which can be a various of data sources that you need to combine. Then you need to visualize your data, and that this visualization will make sense, so you will get some insight from it. And you want to consume it in multiple devices. Getting your analytics inside your mobile phone today is not an optional thing today, it's a requirement. So you have two options. Build it, so you can develop everything by yourself, get the data, visualize it however you want, or you can just buy an analytics solution. And let's talk now what are the three main advantages for buying your analytics solution. So we talk about for your business, for your developers, and for your customers. For your business, you will get faster time to market. You can stand out in the crowd with a world-class product like Power BI, and you can also open new revenue streams with the analytics you will get in the application. For the developers, they can focus now on your product and not on developing the visualizations and the analytics themselves. You can respond to customer using the many features and user experience that Power BI allows you. And we have sets of libraries and APIs that gives your developers easy time building their own experience with the analytics. And the last one is for your customers. This will let you explore data from any device. As I mentioned before, you can get the Power BI mobile app and get your analytics there, and you can make decisions in context if you get it inside your application. You can also take action from the visual itself. So I'm seeing a visual with some data, and I can just take an action directly from it, and we'll see it soon. But let's talk about Power BI Embedded. So Power BI Embedded is built on the decades of analytics expertise of Power BI, including all the features of analysis services. It gives you total control of visuals and user experience, so you can really bring your own visualization and choose the user experience that you want. For example, if the user clicks on a data point, you can perform an action. You can navigate to a different page, for example. It's easy to use and maintain. And for the ISV scenario, there's one of the scenarios that we offer. You don't need end user licensing, so your users can be just authenticate to your application without having any Power BI user or licensing and still get Power BI analytics. On this slide, you can see the Gartner Magic Quadrant. As you can see, Microsoft is in the right upper corner as a leader above everyone. This is an analytics report from February 2020. And let's talk about what are the ways that we can deploy Power BI, that you can deploy Power BI to your users. So we have the Power BI Com, which is the Power BI service, where I can just share and collaborate my reports on the web. We have the embed for organization and embed for customers, which is our main two scenarios. When we're embedding for the organization, we're embedding for internal users. All the users need to have a Power BI license, and you need to have some, so everyone needs to be a part of the Azure Active Directory. And you can also embed for your customers, where you only have one identity that manages the authentication, and your users don't need any Power BI license. So you can use any authentication method that you like for your application and still get the Power BI analytics. Other options that we have is the URL embedding, which is just a simplified embed where you get only the iframe with a sign-in button to share your reports inside your organization. However, this is not powered by the JavaScript SDK, and you won't get all the features and APIs that we offer for our client-side developers. And there's also the option to embed it in SharePoint and Teams as part of the Teams channels, and to publish to web, where you can share your data inside the journal and get your data public to the world. All the 4 options or 5 options that you can see on the left of the screen requires end user authentication to Power BI, and the 2 on the right embed for your customers, where you manage the authentication, and publish to web, where the data is just public to everyone, don't require end user authentication to Power BI. So as I mentioned before, embed for organization and embed for customers, these are the Power BI embedded scenarios that we're going to focus on today. So let's talk a little bit about the product structure. So Power BI Embedded is basically a set of APIs that's built on 2 platforms. We have the Power BI platform and the Microsoft Azure, and we have a different set of APIs for each. So for Power BI APIs, we have APIs that allows you to manage your analytic objects. It can help you do some automation operations and manage your reports, dashboard, tiles, and visuals. For Azure, sorry about that. For Azure, we have the APIs for automations that can create, manage capacities, scale up and down, and monitor performance. All these APIs are based on your data. And after that, you can use the Power BI JavaScript API to enable client-side integration and interaction with your clients. So typical SaaS application built on these layers that you can see on the side. We have the user application, then we have the permission logic, how the user is connecting. As I mentioned before, it doesn't have to be a Power BI authentication. Then we have some driven tenancy model. That's how you manage your different customers if you are an ISV. And we have the application where the workflow, where the analytics is part of the workflow. All this is based on the application storage and on the data that you're connecting to. So Power BI supports over 90 data connectors and supports many different ways of authentication. So your authentication can be direct queried, it can be cached and real time. Your data can be on cloud or on-prem, and you can manage the data set, data sources with the Power BI APIs that I mentioned before. The most important part here is the building in context analytics. So you want to get analytics to your customers where it's most important. So the analytics is integrated into the app workflow, and we give you the option for a bidirectional communication to increase engagement, where you can communicate with the Power BI report by using our APIs. So let me explain you how it works, and then we'll go to see a demo. So we have the client application. Then what you can see in red is the embedded report inside this application. We have the red border is an iframe, which separates between the Power BI report and data to your web application. And the JavaScript API is what allows the communication between these two parts. So let's go see a demo. We're going to look at the new web application that we have for Power BI Embedded Analytics, and we're going to see the Power BI Embedded Playground. So let's start with the demo. So we have here the new Contoso sales demo for Power BI Embedded. This demo gives you the option to choose whether you want to be salesperson or sales manager when you sign in. If you're a salesperson, I can go here, type here my credentials, and connect. When I'll click login, I'll go get to the application. And here you can see at the top, you can see the application part, and at the bottom, you can see all the analytics. What we offer here is many APIs that let you, for example, change the layout of your report. So I can choose how they want to see. Each person can personalize his own home screen, and you can also choose which KPIs are most important to you to see. We also have different pages here. What we're trying to do here is managing customer relationships. So we want to see the leads and opportunities and all of our accounts. So if I'll go to the leads page, I can see at the top all the important KPIs. And if I'll go to the bottom, I can see here the list of leads that I currently have and the rating, whether it's cold, warm, or hot. I can add a new lead. When I'll click on add a new lead, I get this dialog. This dialog is not part of the Power BI report. So this is part of my application. When I'll go now and add a new topic, let's say I'm getting here 100 Power BI licenses, for example, and I can say what the source, where it came from. Let's say it came from an advertisement. When I'll click on save, okay, sorry about that. I'll need to log in here. So it will take me just a moment because I want to show you this demo. Okay, so I'll go to salesperson. I choose here June Smith, and I'm getting here also the password. Okay. Sorry about that. I had this open before the session and it's expired. So let's go back to the leads page, and instead of showing you what I showed you before, I want to show you another feature that we have here. Okay, let's go to the leads page. And what I also have here is the option to choose the color theme of the report. And what we're showing here is that we're showing that we can have this report both in dark theme and in light theme. So I can go here to the home page and you can see that everything is in dark theme. And if I go to the leads page or opportunities page, you can see that everything is implied in the dark theme that you can see now. If we go to the Power BI playground, I can show you now all the APIs that we have here. So we have a set of APIs that allows you to control your report. So I can, for example, click here on set slicer state, and I get here the API code that allows me to control the slicer state. When I'll click run, you can see here that the slicer got modified, and we have a set of APIs that allows you to get properties, to do navigations, for example, set page. We have APIs that allow you to do some real-time report offering where I can create a visual on the fly. And what I want to also to show you here is the showcases. So we have here showcases that show you advanced use cases when you're using the APIs. For example, one of them is the insight to action. With the insight to action, we're combining two APIs. One is the ability to modify the menu extensions, and the other one is to export data. So I'll go here to the bottom. I have here the Power BI report. I can change here the slicers. For example, I can slice and dice it only to show this data. And after that, I can click here on the three dots. This is the options menu of Power BI. And we have here new command, the app developer added. This called start campaign. And when I click on it, I'll get this dialog with the customers that I just chose. So what we're doing here is that when I'm clicking on this button, the application code is exporting the data from the Power BI report, and this dialog is part of the application and not part of the Power BI report anymore. So we can choose here which customers we want to engage with, and I can send a discount or a coupon. So I can choose to change the discount, send a special offer, and then send it. So here you can really see how the analytics is getting into my workflow and how I'm starting a campaign from within the Power BI report visual. Okay, so that was the demo. Let's go back to the presentation. And let's talk about licensing. Yeah, so licensing and the Power BI capacities. We have different capacities. We have the ASQs, which are for ISVs and building SaaS applications for your customers. And we have the EMSQs and PSQs that can use to embed analytics or consume analytics within your organization. Yeah, so the ASQs, you purchase them on Azure, and the other two, you get them on Office. The ASQs can only use when you embed content in your application, and the billing for it is hourly. So you pay by the hour, there's no commitment. You can scale them up and down, you can pause and resume them, and you do all these using Azure Portal or the APIs. And we have the EMSQs and PSQs, where these let you embed your content in your application, and it lets you to share it with free users, and you need to have, all your users need to have Power BI license if you're using EM or PSQ. For these SKUs, you buy them on Office, and the billing for them is monthly or yearly. And if we talk about the Power BI embedded ASQs, the pricing starts from $750 per month or $1 per hour. So these are the SKUs that we have starting from A1 to A6, depending on the virtual cores and memory that you like. So we have here a slide on how to start with Power BI. But before I'm going to go over this, I want to go back to the demo and try to do the right back that I tried to do before. So I'll go now to the leads page. Let me refresh that. So this application is still in preview, and we're still working on enhancing it. But for now, let's try to show you how you can really get your data integrated in your application and get get your workflow within this app. So I'm not sure why it's showing it like that, but let's move on with it. So okay, forget it. I'll show you a different showcase instead. So let's see a different showcase here. We also have showcases that show personal report design, which is the same as you saw before with the dark theme. So we're showing you here how you can apply themes to the report. So I can choose whether I want to be on light or dark theme, and I can choose which data colors I want the report to have. So you can really customize the report for each of your customers. Another thing that we have here is the option to create visual on the fly. So I can choose here which visual type I want to get. For example, I'll choose here the waterfall chart. I can choose what will be the category and what will be the values. And now this is using an API to create the visual that I want. And I can do here some formatting, for example, align the title. And I can also write here new title. This is my title. I can turn on and off the title, and I can also add some breakdown, let's say breakdown by state. This API, you can also see it in the sample tool. If you go to offering, you can create visual and personalize it. Let's do it again. If I'll go to sample report, I'll embed a report. And I'm really thinking that my internet is doing a lot of problems today. So when this report will get loaded, I'll just go here to the top and click on create visual and personalize. And this will open a new page with the visual that's I just created, and I can do it again and create more visuals. And what I can also do, I can do some operation on it. For example, I can change the visual type, get the capabilities, add a new data field to this visual, and do all of this in runtime. Yeah, so that was the set of APIs. We also support custom layout and bookmarking and the menu operation that I showed you before. And let's talk about how to start with Power BI Embedded. So basically, we have some analyst that's working with Power BI Desktop, which is the free tool for offers, where you can create his data model and report. After that, you need to do some provisioning where you need to set up an embedded solution. So in order to start with Power BI Embedded, you need to register an application on Azure. And this application uses your identity for your Power BI APIs. So I get this application on Azure, and then I can use the REST and JavaScript APIs to get the Power BI report inside my application. And when I deploy it, and I want to scale it with my end users, I can buy a capacity and then deploy my application and the analytics actually to all of my end users. Here you can see all the analytic resources that we have. So we have the documentation for developers. We have the Power BI Embedded Playground, which is what I just showed you, which is AKA MS PBAE Playground. We have the set of developer samples where you can choose whether you want to start with .NET Core, .NET Framework, Java, Python, Node.js. So we have many samples that are there for you to get a quick proof of concept. We have the documentation for the JavaScript APIs, our REST APIs, the embed setup tool that let you get up and running quickly. We're also on Stack Overflow if you have any questions or problems. There is a really cool course that you can see online, which is called Dev in a Day, Developer in a Day. You can go there. It's a few hours of course led by Peter Myers, and I'm also there, that will teach you all the things you need to do to start with Power BI Embedded. And we have the ideas forum where you can offer new features. Yeah, so before we end, I want to let you know what is the best way to get updates and help. So the best way to get updates is the Power BI developer blog. So there's a blog that we release every few months. So just yesterday, I released the last update for Power BI Embedded, which includes many new features. For example, we have the consumer action bar for Power BI Embedded when you embed for organization, personal bookmarks, persistent filters, and many more features. So definitely go check it out. And as I mentioned before, we are on Stack Overflow. So if you get help, just go to Stack Overflow, look for Power BI Embedded tag, and ask your question there. You have all the developer community there. Yeah, so that was the session. We'll move shortly to Q&A, but before that, I want to remind you that we want your feedback. So please go to the survey link, aka MS Reactor survey, and enter the event code. Our event code is 12297. Maria, I think, will also send you this link on the chat. And yeah, that was it, and thank you. And I think we can move to the Q&A session.
Thank you, Amit. It was a great presentation. And as you mentioned, yes, we do have a few questions I posted in the Q&A session. I'm not sure, have you?
Yeah, I'll
you had
look
a
at
time
them now.
Yes, so we had a question from Michael in regards to his Pro account, and he had two questions. So I will leave it to you to read and then maybe address these first.
Okay, so just give me a moment and.
Sure.
Okay, so there's a question with Michael regarding some web filtering. So you mentioned here that you have your Pro account and you want to filter it using the query parameters to filter. So using Pro license is okay if you're embedding within your organization. So when you're sharing with a Pro user, all the users that you share with also need to have Pro users. So if you want to share with users that have free Power BI license, you will need to own a capacity, which need to be either the P SKU or the A SKUs that we talked before. That depends on whether you embed through your organization or your customers. That's first, and the Pro license starts from $10 an hour, and we just released, I think it's in preview now, the premium per user license too. So this is something that you can also read on. And yeah, you can also embed with Pro licenses. So if all the users you have Pro license, that's totally fine to embedding. When you generate token, the token generation is only when you embed for your customers. So it's only when you have one identity that manages your authentication. So you can authenticate to your application using any authentication method that you like. And then your server side, like the WFE of your application, is really the one that manages the authentication and gets the end user the exact embed token. One more thing that I have to say is that we don't recommend to use filters, whether it's query parameters or stat filters, if you need to separate your data securely. We also support row-level security. So if you need to filter your data, you have one data set which is big, and you have many customers, and each customer have only the data that he can see. You should use row-level security and not filter. You should use the filter only if you don't have any problem that different users will access all the data. Okay, there's one more question about the data for each of my external customers. So yeah, we have APIs that let you update the data source. And what we recommend is that if you're an ISV and you have many different customers, so you can have a different workspace to each of your customers, and then on this workspace you can update the data set only to have the data that's relevant for the specific customer. Another feature that we offer is the dynamic binding that lets you manage just one single report and then connect this single report, the master report, let's say, to different data sets and render securely the data. Yeah, so let's see what more questions we have here. Okay, so someone asked about the add leads. So what you saw there in the application is the when I'm clicking on the add leads, so the add leads is a Power BI button. So I'm clicking on the Power BI button. When this happens, the Power BI report sends an event, a button-clicked event, to my application that tells me someone wants to add lead. And then the application code opens this dialog. I can type in the dialog all the parameters, and then this one is writing back to CDS. We do the write back, and then we refresh the report to show the new data. Yes, so the purpose of the Contoso sales demo is to showcase an example of embedded analytics in your application. You can also go there and click on enter in demo mode and see it by yourself. When you click enter in demo mode, you will have read-only access, so you won't be able to perform any write-backs. But you can go there and see the application, and we also have there the bottom link to the GitHub where you can see all the source code that is running this application. So yeah, so I think that was all the questions.
Yes, I think you covered all the questions that we posted. If you have other questions, feel free to share it now. We will wait another minute, and if before we end the session. Let's see. And as I mentioned before, the event is recorded, so, and the recording will be available on our YouTube channel. I also posted a link to our YouTube channel. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out on our meetup group. And I think, yes, I think we can probably end the session. So thank you so much, Amit, for this presentation.
Thank you, Maria.
We hope to see you again in our next events. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
and bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.